This book didn't give me a plot, but what it did give me was uncomfortable, cringy, messy, chaotic feelings. And I couldn't turn away from it. And the book is called Yesteryear. Every book deserves a cocktail, and this one is no different. This one is getting a Manhattan, and it is the top rating for a book on this channel. It is 5 Bs, and we're going to talk about why this deserves a Manhattan. So, if you were to ask me what this book is about, I couldn't do it. I could not tell you what this book is about. This book is about moments, scenarios that somehow this author has tied together, and it is crazy. It is chaotic. It is so, and I hate this word, cringy, but that's exactly what this book is. I picked up the book because I wanted to see what the hype was all about. Everybody on the book clubs that I'm in, Goodreads, Amazon is rating it right up there. And I was like, I have got to read this because one, I want to prove it wrong, but I can't. It is simply the craziest book and one of the best books I've probably read this year. And it makes me crazy to say that, but because I don't even know how to describe the book for you, you'll have to read the synopsis. I'm not going to go over the synopsis with you, but what I'm going to tell you is how it made me feel and how I think it will make you feel. There are moments in this book that you want to just throw the book across the room and quit reading, but you can't because it's like a train wreck. It is absolutely like you're sitting in someone's brain and you're watching it be destroyed and you can't turn away. There are moments that you think, oh my Lord, she's not going there. And then she actually goes there. There are moments in this where it's religiously backed, it's politically crazy, it is motherhood to the maximum. And you think, oh my gosh, I have gone through every one of those emotions myself, especially the religious part of it. I can think, I've heard that, I've done that, I've seen that in my background, in my religious background. There are moments in my motherhood that I just wanted someone to say, it's okay, I will do this for you. Or it's okay, you have those feelings, but you don't act on them. um, the social influencer part of this book, I think, okay, I'm starting this. What if this happened? Would I act like this? Oh my gosh, I hope I wouldn't act like this. It is simply so uncomfortable, and for some reason, you can't turn away from it. It is, y'all, I am lost at words, but then there are so many words to be said about this book and how the author, Carol Claire Burke, was able to pull this off is absolutely extraordinary. Because what for me for this book is I wanted to immediately find people that could talk about it with me, because in my mind I'm thinking this is the craziest thing ever. I don't know even how to start reviewing this book or start talking about this book because I had so many words in my head and I kept going back to, what is this book about? There's not one single likable character in this book. The narrator of this book, Natalie, I want to just absolutely punch her and say, you need to get your scrap together because you have these kids that need your attention and your love, and give the right kind of love. It is a fantastic book, and it is the worst kind of fantastic book, if that even makes sense. And that's why I wanted to rate it a 5B and give it a Manhattan, because it deserves it. Y'all, it's probably one of my top books of 2026, and it kills me for that because you can't even explain it. I cannot explain this book other than saying you should read it. You should read it. Reach out to me and let's discuss this book, because it brings up all of these emotions that most books that I have read this year have not. Now, have I read good books? Have I read probably better books than this? Absolutely. But what this book does, it reaches out and grabs you by the throat, and you just think, oh my gosh, how is this even possible? How does she even put this on paper to evoke all these emotions? And that's why it gets the Manhattan, because she does it. She does it in spades. It's a great book. It's a most cringy book I've read it in a long, long time, and I have read a lot of books. But this one is one of those that you have to go out there and buy it. And then you have to reach out to me and say, Dana, you were right, or Dana, you were wrong. And there's going to be people out there that say I'm wrong. And I want to hear from you. I want to hear about what you feel about this book, because it is that way for me. So thank you. Thank you for joining in. If you buy this book, if you've read this book, please reach out to me, because I want to hear from you. I want to discuss this book. So thank you for joining me today. I'm Dana B, and this is Boozy B's Books, Cocktails, and dang it, we haven't talked about the basketball, and it has been a great basketball season. So cheers.
Cheers.